Something is leaving your life right now and you can feel it. Maybe you have been holding on to a habit, a relationship, a version of yourself that no longer fits who you are becoming. And here is the truth that most people miss. What you are releasing is not a loss. It is not a punishment. It is not the universe taking something away from you. What you are releasing is making space for something better, something you cannot yet see but something that is already forming just beyond the edge of your awareness. If you are an Aries, this message was meant to find you at exactly this moment. Not yesterday, not next week, but right now, because the energy surrounding your sign is shifting in a way that demands your attention. You have been carrying weight that was never yours to carry, and the heaviness you have been feeling is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign that you are ready to put it down. Most people will tell you to keep pushing, keep grinding, keep forcing things into place. But that is not what this season is asking of you. This season is asking you to trust what falls away. It is asking you to believe that the empty space is not emptiness at all. It is an invitation. And if you stay with me through this entire message, you are going to understand exactly what that invitation looks like and how to step into it with confidence, with clarity, and with the kind of quiet power that changes everything. So take a breath, settle in, and let these words land where they need to land. Tip 1. The thing you are afraid to release is the very thing blocking your next chapter. Let me be honest with you about something that most people do not want to hear. The thing you are gripping the tightest right now, the thing you are most afraid to let go of, is the exact thing standing between you and the life that is waiting for you. I know that sounds harsh. I know it might even make you want to close this video and walk away. But if you are still here, it is because somewhere deep inside, you already know this is true. You have known it for weeks, maybe months. You have felt it in the quiet moments when the noise dies down and all that is left is you and the honest voice inside your chest that keeps whispering the same thing over and over again. It is time. It is time to stop pretending that holding on is the same thing as being strong. Because it is not. Holding on to something that has already served its purpose is not strength. It is fear wearing a mask. And you, as an Aries, were never built to live in fear. You were built to move, to act, to step forward even when the ground ahead of you is uncertain. That is your nature. That is your fire. And right now, that fire is being dimmed by the weight of things you refuse to set down. Think about it this way. Imagine you are carrying a bag full of rocks up a mountain. Every rock in that bag represents something you have been holding on to. An old grudge, a failed expectation, a version of yourself that you outgrew years ago. Now imagine someone tells you that at the top of that mountain, everything you have ever wanted is waiting for you. But you cannot reach the top with all those rocks. You have to set some of them down. Most people hear that and say, yes, of course that makes sense. But then when it comes time to actually put the rocks down, they hesitate. They say, but what if I need this one later? What if this rock is important? What if I set it down and I regret it? And so they keep climbing with the full weight, getting slower and more tired with every step, never reaching the top, never understanding why. That is where you have been. That is the cycle you have been stuck in. And today, right now, in this moment, you have the chance to do something different. You have the chance to look at what you are carrying and make an honest decision about whether it is helping you climb or holding you down. The answer will not always be comfortable. Some of the things you need to release are things you once loved. Some of them are things that once saved you. But just because something was right for you at one point does not mean it is right for you now. Seasons change. People change. You have changed. And the things that carried you through the last chapter of your life may not be the things that carry you into the next one. This is not about being ungrateful. This is not about forgetting where you came from. This is about being honest enough to admit that you have outgrown certain spaces, certain patterns, certain ways of thinking that no longer serve who you are becoming. And when you can do that, when you can stand in that truth without flinching, something remarkable happens. The weight lifts, the path clears, and you start to see possibilities that were invisible to you before, not because they were not there, but because you were too burdened to notice them. So I want you to ask yourself one question right now. What am I holding on to that I already know I need to release? Do not overthink it. The first thing that comes to mind is probably the right answer. And once you have that answer, do not push it away. Sit with it. Let it breathe. Because that awareness is the first step toward freedom. Tip 2. You are not falling apart, you are falling into alignment. There is a feeling that comes right before a major shift in your life, and it does not feel like progress. It feels like everything is unraveling. It feels like the ground beneath you is cracking open and you are losing your footing. Your routines stop working. Your relationships feel strange. The things that used to bring you comfort suddenly feel hollow and empty. And in those moments, it is so easy to panic. It is so easy to look at your life and think something is wrong with me. I am falling apart. I am losing control. But here is what I need you to understand, and I need you to really let this sink in. You are not falling apart. You are falling into alignment. What feels like destruction is actually reconstruction. What feels like chaos is actually your life rearranging itself to make room for something that fits you better than anything you have ever known. Think about what happens in nature when a forest burns. On the surface, it looks like devastation. The trees are gone, the ground is black, and everything that was once alive seems dead. But beneath the surface, something extraordinary is happening. The fire has cleared away the old growth, the dead wood, the tangled undergrowth that was blocking the sunlight from reaching the forest floor. And in that cleared space, new seeds begin to sprout. New trees begin to grow. Life returns stronger and more vibrant than before, because it finally has the room and the light it needs to thrive. That is exactly what is happening in your life right now. The burning you feel is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of your next chapter. And the reason it hurts is not because something is going wrong. It hurts because growth always hurts. Change always hurts. Becoming who you were always meant to be always requires you to shed who you used to be. And that shedding process is never comfortable. But you are an Aries. You are someone who was born to walk through fire and come out the other side transformed. This is not new territory for you. You have done this before, maybe not at this scale, maybe not at this depth, but you have survived every difficult season that has ever come your way. And you will survive this one too. The difference this time is that you are not just surviving, you are awakening. You are beginning to see things with a clarity that you have not had in a long time, maybe ever. The fog is lifting, the confusion is clearing, and what is emerging on the other side is a version of you that is more aligned, more grounded, more certain of who you are and what you want than you have ever been. I know it does not feel that way yet. I know that right now it still feels messy and uncertain and uncomfortable, but trust the process. Trust the discomfort. Trust that the universe does not break things without a plan to rebuild them better. You are in the middle of a sacred demolition, and the blueprints for what comes next are already being drawn. Your job right now is not to fix everything. Your job is not to figure it all out or have all the answers. Your job is simply to stay open, stay present, stay willing to let the old structures fall so that the new ones can rise. Because they will rise. They are already rising. You just cannot see the full picture yet because you are standing too close to the canvas. But if you could step back, if you could see your life from the perspective of someone watching your story unfold from above, you would see that every single thing that is happening right now is leading you exactly where you need to go. Every loss, every ending, every moment of confusion is a stepping stone on a path that is taking you somewhere extraordinary. So do not fight the unraveling. Do not resist the change. Let it move through you. Let it reshape you. Let it carry you to the place you were always meant to be. If what you're hearing feels accurate, imagine what could happen if you applied this energy intentionally for 21 consecutive days. That's exactly what the 21-day program in the pinned comment is built for. Daily guidance, focused direction, and real momentum. If you're tired of staying in the same cycle, this is your structure. Tip 3. The people who do not understand your shift are not meant to come with you. One of the hardest parts of any transformation is watching the people around you react to your change. Because when you start to grow, when you start to release old patterns and step into a new version of yourself, not everyone is going to understand what you are doing. Some people will question you. Some will criticize you. Some will try to pull you back to who you used to be, not because they are bad people, but because your growth makes them uncomfortable. It holds up a mirror to the parts of their own lives that they are not ready to look at yet. And that can feel incredibly lonely. It can feel like you are losing the people you care about most, like the price of your evolution is too high, like maybe it would be easier to just stay small and keep everyone happy. But I need you to hear me when I say this. Staying small to make other people comfortable is not love. It is not loyalty. It is self-abandonment. And you, as an Aries, were never meant to abandon yourself for anyone. That does not mean you stop caring about people. That does not mean you become cold or selfish or indifferent. It means you stop shrinking. It means you stop dimming your light so that other people do not have to squint. It means you honor your own growth even when the people around you wish you would stop growing. Because here is the thing about transformation. It is a filter. It naturally separates the people who are meant to walk with you into your next chapter from the people who were only meant to be part of the chapter that is ending. And that separation, as painful as it is necessary. Not everyone in your life right now is meant to be in your life forever. Some people were placed on your path to teach you something specific, to help you through a particular season, to show you what you needed to see at that moment in time. And once that purpose has been fulfilled, the connection naturally begins to dissolve. That is not a failure. That is completion. That is the universe saying this part of your journey together is done. And now it is time for both of you to move forward. The people who are truly meant for you, the ones who belong in your future, are the ones who can witness your transformation without feeling threatened by it. They are the ones who celebrate your growth instead of resenting it. They are the ones who say, I do not fully understand what you are going through, but I support you and I am here. Those are your people. Those are the ones worth holding on to. Everyone else, no matter how much history you share, no matter how much you love them, if they cannot handle your evolution, they are showing you something important about the role they play in your life going forward. Pay attention to who shows up for you during this time. Pay attention to who checks in, who listens without judgment, who makes space for the new version of you to emerge. And equally, pay attention to who disappears, who criticizes, who tries to guilt you back into your old patterns. Both of those responses are giving you valuable information. Both are showing you where your energy should and should not be invested in the season ahead. This is not about cutting people off in anger. This is not about burning bridges or holding grudges. This is about quietly, gracefully, and firmly choosing to surround yourself with people who make your growth feel safe instead of threatening. You deserve that. You have always deserved that. And the fact that you are reading this right now tells me that you are finally ready to stop settling for less. Tip 4. Your intuition has been trying to tell you something, and it is time to listen. For the past several weeks, maybe even longer, you have been getting signals. Not loud, dramatic, unmistakable signs from the universe, but quiet nudges, soft whispers, subtle feelings in your gut that something needs to change, but you cannot quite put your finger on what it is. Maybe you have been waking up in the middle of the night with a restless energy that you cannot explain. Maybe you have been feeling pulled towards something new but talking yourself out of it because it does not make logical sense. Maybe you have been having the same thought over and over again, circling back to the same idea, the same question, the same unnamed longing that refuses to go away no matter how many times you try to push it down. That is your intuition, and it has been trying to get your attention for longer than you realize. The problem is that most of us have been taught to ignore our intuition. We have been taught to value logic over feeling, evidence over instinct, what makes sense on paper over what feels right in our bones. And so when that inner voice starts speaking, we dismiss it. We tell ourselves we are being irrational. We tell ourselves we are overthinking. We tell ourselves that the responsible thing to do is to stick with the plan, follow the rules, stay on the path that other people have laid out for us. But here is what I have learned about intuition, especially for someone with your energy, your fire, your Aries spirit. Your intuition is not irrational. It is not random. It is not some vague, mystical force that cannot be trusted. Your intuition is the accumulated wisdom of every experience you have ever had, processed at a level that your conscious mind cannot access. It is your deeper self, the part of you that sees further and knows more than your thinking mind ever could, trying to guide you toward what is best for you. And when you ignore it, when you override it with logic and reason and fear, you are essentially telling the wisest part of yourself to sit down and be quiet. You are choosing the map over the compass. And while maps are useful, they can only show you where other people have already been. Your compass, your intuition, can show you where you are meant to go, even if no one has been there before you. So what has your intuition been whispering to you lately? What is the message you keep receiving but refusing to act on? Maybe it is telling you to leave something that looks good on the outside but feels wrong on the inside. Maybe it is telling you to pursue something that scares you. Maybe it is telling you to rest when everything around you is screaming that you should be doing more. Whatever it is, I want you to take it seriously. I want you to sit with it, not with your thinking mind, but with your feeling self. Close your eyes if you need to. Put your hand on your chest and ask yourself, what do I already know that I have been pretending not to know? The answer that rises up, the one that makes your heart beat a little faster, the one that makes your breath catch in your throat. That is the truth. That is the direction you are being called toward. And the sooner you stop resisting it and start honoring it, the sooner everything else in your life will begin to fall into place. Your intuition has never let you down. Not once. Every time you listened to it, things worked out. Every time you ignored it, you ended up regretting it. You already know this. So stop fighting what you already know and start trusting the voice inside you that has been guiding you all along. Tip 5. The rest you are resisting is not laziness, it is preparation. There is a voice inside your head, and it has been getting louder lately. It is the voice that tells you that if you stop moving, you are failing. If you rest, you are being lazy. If you take a step back, you are falling behind. That voice is not your friend. That voice is the product of years and years of conditioning that taught you your worth is measured by your productivity, that your value comes from what you do rather than who you are. And for an Aries, this conditioning runs especially deep because your natural inclination is to move, to act, to charge forward with everything you have. Stillness feels unnatural to you. Rest feels like surrender. And surrender has never been in your vocabulary. But here is the truth that is going to change the way you approach this entire season of your life. The rest you are resisting is not laziness. It is preparation. Your body, your mind, your spirit. They are all trying to tell you the same thing right now. Slow down. Recharge. Gather your strength. Because what is coming next is going to require all of you, and you cannot show up for it if you are running on empty. Think about an archer preparing to release an arrow. Before the arrow flies, the archer has to pull the bowstring back. That pulling back, that drawing inward is not weakness. It is not retreat. It is the gathering of force. It is the concentrated power that will send the arrow flying toward its target with speed and precision. Without that pullback, the arrow goes nowhere. Just falls to the ground. That is what your rest is right now. It is the pullback before the release. It is the gathering of force before the forward motion. And if you skip it, if you refuse to pull back and instead try to force yourself forward without that stored energy, you are going to launch an arrow that has no power behind it. You are going to move forward with nothing left to give. And that is how burnout happens. That is how you end up exhausted, depleted, and wondering why nothing you do seems to work anymore. I know rest is hard for you. I know sitting still feels like torture. I know that every fiber of your being is screaming at you to do something, to fix something, to make something happen. But what if the most powerful thing you could do right now is nothing? What if the most productive use of your time is to stop, to breathe, to let your body and mind recover from everything you have been carrying? What if rest is not the opposite of progress but the foundation of it? Because that is the truth. Rest is not the absence of action. It is the most important action you can take right now. It is the action that will make every future action more effective, more purposeful, more aligned with who you are becoming. So give yourself permission to slow down. Give yourself permission to take a day off, to cancel the plans, to sit in the quiet and do absolutely nothing productive. Your body is not being lazy. Your body is being wise. It knows what is coming. It knows what you are going to need. And it is asking you, begging you to let it prepare. Honor that request. Honor your own need for rest without guilt, without shame, without that nagging voice telling you that you should be doing more. You should not be doing more right now. You should be doing less. And in that less, you will find the strength for everything that is about to unfold. Tip 6. The fear you feel is not a warning, it is a compass. Let me tell you something about fear that most people get wrong. Most people experience fear and immediately interpret it as a stop sign. They feel that tightness in their chest, that flutter in their stomach, that racing in their mind, and they think it means danger. They think it means turn around. They think it means you are going the wrong way. But that is not what fear means. Not always. Not for you. Not right now. The fear you are feeling in this season of your life is not a warning. It is a compass. It is pointing you directly toward the thing you most need to do. The thing that will change everything. The thing that will break the cycle you have been stuck in and open the door to a life you have only dared to imagine in your quietest, most hopeful moments. Fear and excitement live in the same part of your body. They produce the same physical sensations, the same racing heart, the same sweaty palms, the same heightened awareness. The only difference between them is the story you tell yourself about what those sensations mean. If you tell yourself the sensation means danger, you freeze or run. If you tell yourself the sensation means you are on the verge of something incredible, you lean in. And leaning in for an Aries is where the magic happens. Every significant breakthrough in your life has been preceded by fear. Every major leap you have ever taken started with that exact same feeling you are having right now. The first time you spoke up for yourself. The first time you walked away from something that was not working. The first time you chose yourself over someone else's expectations. Every single one of those moments was terrifying. And every single one of those moments changed your life for the better. So why would this time be any different? Why would the fear you are feeling right now be a sign to stop when every other time it was a sign that you were about to do something extraordinary? The answer is simple. It is not different. This fear is the same fear you have felt before every transformation, every breakthrough, every moment of becoming more of who you truly are. It is the fear of the unknown, the fear of what happens when you let go of control and trust the process, the fear of stepping into a version of yourself that you have never been before. And that fear is valid. It is real. I am not asking you to pretend it does not exist or to force yourself to feel brave when you do not. I am asking you to feel the fear and move anyway. I am asking you to let the fear be there, to acknowledge it, to honor it, and then to take the next step regardless. Because courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the decision that something else matters more than the fear. And right now your growth matters more. Your freedom matters more. Your future matters more. So let the fear be your compass. Let it point you toward the things that scare you most, because those are the things that will set you free. Every time you feel that familiar tightness in your chest, instead of pulling back, lean forward. Instead of asking what could go wrong, ask what could go right. Instead of letting fear make your decisions in spite of fear. That is where your power lives. That is where your fire burns brightest. Not in the comfortable, safe, familiar spaces where nothing ever changes, but in the uncomfortable, uncertain, terrifying spaces where everything changes. That is where you are being called right now. And the only thing standing between you and that call is a feeling. Just a feeling. It cannot hurt you. It cannot stop you. It can only slow you down if you let it. Do not let it. Tip 7. You are closer than you think, and giving up now would be the greatest loss. There is a moment in every journey, every transformation, every period of deep change where you hit a wall. Not a physical wall, but an emotional one, a psychological one, a spiritual one. It is the moment where everything inside you says, I cannot do this anymore. I am too tired. I have been at this for too long. Nothing is working. Nothing is changing. I should just quit and go back to the way things were. If you are in that place right now, if you are standing at that wall and wondering whether it is worth it to keep going, I need you to hear me very clearly. You are closer than you think. The fact that you want to give up is not a sign that you are failing. It is a sign that you are almost there. Because the resistance always gets strongest right before the breakthrough. The darkness always gets deepest right before the dawn. The climb always gets steepest right before you reach the summit. That is not a metaphor. That is how transformation actually works. When you are pushing against old patterns, old beliefs, old ways of being, those patterns fight back. They do not want to die. They do not want to be replaced. They have been running your life for years, maybe decades, and they are not going to go quietly. So they send you doubt. They send you exhaustion. They send you that overwhelming feeling of futility that makes you want to throw in the towel and go back to what is familiar. But familiar is not the same as fulfilling. And easy is not the same as right. Think about every person who has ever achieved something meaningful. Every single one of them had a moment where they wanted to quit. Every single one of them stood at that same wall you are standing at right now and thought about turning around. The difference between the ones who made it and the ones who did not is not talent. It is not luck. It is not some special quality that some people have and others do not. The difference is that the ones who made it took one more step. Just one. They did not commit to climbing the entire mountain. They did not promise themselves that they would never feel tired again. They just took one more step. And then another. And then another. Until suddenly, they looked up and realized they were standing on the other side of the wall they thought would stop them. That is what I am asking you to do right now. I am not asking you to have it all figured out. I am not asking you to feel confident or certain or brave. I am asking you to take one more step. Just one. Tomorrow take another one. The next day take another one. And before you know it, the wall will be behind you, and you will be standing in a place you never thought you would reach. You are not as far away as you feel. The exhaustion is lying to you. The doubt is lying to you. The voice that says it is never going to work out is lying to you. The truth is that you are on the edge of something beautiful, and the only thing that can stop you now is the decision to stop yourself. So do not stop. Not now. Not when you are this close. Keep going. One step at a time. One breath at a time. One day at a time. The finish line is closer than you think, and when you cross it, you are going to look back at this moment and be so grateful that you did not give up. Tip 8. What you lost was never truly yours, and what is yours can never be lost. One of the deepest sources of pain in your life right now is the feeling of loss. Maybe you lost a relationship. Maybe you lost an opportunity. Maybe you lost a sense of security or stability that you built your entire life around. And that loss feels devastating, feels personal. It feels like something was taken from you, like you were robbed of something you deserved, something you worked for, something you loved. I understand that pain. I honor that pain. And I am not going to tell you that it does not matter or that you should just get over it. What I am going to tell you is something that might shift the way you think about loss entirely. What you lost was never truly yours, not in the way you thought it was. The relationship that ended, it was not taken from you. It reached its natural conclusion. The opportunity that passed you by, it was not stolen. It was redirected towards something better suited for where you are going. The stability that crumbled, it was not destroyed. It was cleared away because it was built on a foundation that could not support the weight of who you are becoming. This is not a comforting thought at first. I know that. In fact, it might make you angry. It might make you want to argue, to insist that what you had was real and meaningful and worth fighting for. And it was. Everything you experienced was real. Everything you felt was valid. But real and meaningful does not mean permanent. Real and meaningful does not mean it was supposed to last forever. Some of the most beautiful, important, life-changing experiences are temporary by design. They come into your life to teach you something, to show you something about yourself, to prepare you for what comes next. And when they leave, they are not abandoning you. They are completing their purpose. The flip side of this truth is equally powerful. What is truly meant for you can never be lost. It cannot be taken. It cannot be redirected. It cannot be given to someone else by mistake. What is meant for you will find you, even if you take the long way around, even if you make every wrong turn along the way. It will find you because it was always yours. The right relationships, the right opportunities, the right circumstances. They are not fragile. They are not easily broken or easily stolen. They are anchored to you by something deeper than chance, something more reliable than luck. And they will show up in your life when you are ready for them. Not a moment too soon and not a moment too late. So instead of grieving what is gone, I want you to start making space for what is coming. Instead of looking backward at what you lost, I want you to start looking forward at what you are about to gain. Because the universe does not take without giving. It does not close a door without opening a window. It does not end a chapter without beginning a new one. And the new chapter that is beginning for you right now is going to be unlike anything you have experienced before. It is going to be richer, deeper, more aligned with who you truly are than anything you have ever known. But you have to be willing to let go of the old story first. You have to be willing to stop reading the same page over and over again and turn to the next one. The next page is blank right now, and that blankness might feel scary. But it is also full of possibility. It is waiting for you to write something new, something better, something that reflects the person you are right now rather than the person you used to be. Some people watch. Others transform. If you want to be in the second group, the 21-day guide in the pinned comment gives you a clear step-by-step process aligned with your sign. This isn't about waiting. It's about moving. Tip 9. Your energy is shifting, and the people around you can feel it. Something is different about you, and the people in your life have noticed. They might not have said anything directly. They might not have the words for what they are sensing, but they can feel it. There is a shift happening in your energy, in the way you carry yourself, in the way you speak, in the way you move through the world. And that shift is creating ripple effects in every relationship, every interaction, every space you walk into. Some people are drawn closer to you because of it. They feel your warmth, your clarity, your quiet confidence, and they want to be near it. They want to absorb some of that energy because it reminds them of something they have been missing in their own lives. These are the people who will become your greatest allies in the season ahead. They are the ones who will reflect your light back to you on the days when you forget how brightly you shine. But others are pulling away. They are becoming distant, critical, even hostile. And that is not because you have done something wrong. It is because your rising energy is disrupting their comfort zone. When you start to change, it forces the people around you to confront their own stagnation. And not everyone is ready for that confrontation. Some people would rather push you back down than face the reality that they need to rise to. This is not about being better than anyone. This is not about ego or superiority or looking down on the people who cannot keep up with your growth. This is about understanding that energy is contagious, and when yours changes, the entire ecosystem of your relationships changes with it. You are not the same person you were 6 months ago. You are not even the same person you were 6 weeks ago. And the people who knew the old version of you are now encountering someone they do not fully recognize. That can be disorienting for them, can be confusing, and for some it can be threatening. But none of that is your responsibility. Your only responsibility is to keep growing. Your only responsibility is to keep evolving, keep rising, keep becoming more of who you were always meant to be. The people who belong in your life will adjust. They will grow alongside you. They will find a way to love this new version of you just as deeply as they loved the old one. And the people who cannot adjust, they will naturally drift away. Not with anger, not with conflict, just with the quiet, natural movement of two paths that were once parallel, but are now heading in different directions. Let them go with grace. Let them go with gratitude for what they brought into your life. And let them go with the understanding that their departure is not a subtraction from your life. It is a clarification. It is the universe showing you with perfect precision who is meant to stay and who is meant to move on. Pay attention to how people respond to your growth over the next few weeks. Watch who celebrates you. Watch who supports you. Watch who asks you questions about your journey because they genuinely want to understand. And equally, watch who tries to diminish what you are going through, who makes jokes about your changes, who subtly or not so subtly tries to pull you back to where you started. Both responses are gifts. Both are giving you the information you need to make wise decisions about where your energy goes from this point forward. You are not obligated to explain your transformation to anyone. You are not required to justify your growth or defend your choices, or make anyone feel comfortable with the fact that you are no longer who you used to be. You are simply required to keep moving forward, trusting that the right people will always find their way to your side. Tip 10. The version of you that is emerging does not need permission to exist. There is a new version of you that has been forming beneath the surface, and it is almost ready to emerge. You have felt it stirring. You have caught glimpses of it in moments of clarity, in flashes of insight, in those rare and beautiful moments when you feel completely aligned with who you truly are. It is the version of you that speaks without apology, the version that sets boundaries without guilt, the version that pursues what it wants without asking for permission from anyone. And that version is not some distant future self that you have to work for years to become. That version is already here. It is already alive inside you. It has been growing and strengthening and preparing itself for this exact moment. The only thing standing between you and that version of yourself is the belief that you need permission to be it. You do not. You do not need permission from your family to change. You do not need permission from your friends to evolve. You do not need permission from society to become someone different from who they expected you to be. You do not need permission from the past to let go of the person you used to be. And you certainly do not need permission from your own fear to step into the fullness of who you are. This is your life. Yours, not anyone else's. And the person you are becoming is not up for debate. It is not subject to anyone's approval. It is not dependent on anyone's understanding or validation or support. It exists because you exist. It is real because you are real. And it is ready because you are ready. I know that stepping into a new version of yourself can feel selfish. I know there is a voice inside you that says, who am I to change? Who am I to want more? Who am I to become someone different from who everyone expects me to be? But let me turn that question around. Who are you not to? Who are you to deny the world the fullest, most authentic, most powerful version of yourself? Who are you to keep that light hidden because you are afraid of what people will think or say or feel when they see it? You were not put on this earth to be small. You were not born to live a life that is comfortable but unfulfilling. You were born to burn brightly, to take up space, to make noise, to leave a mark that lasts long after you are gone. And the version of you that can do all of that is standing at the door right now, waiting for you to open it. So open it. Stop asking for permission. Stop waiting for the right moment. Stop telling yourself that you will step into your power tomorrow, or next week, or when things calm down, or when you feel more ready. You are ready now. This moment right now is the right moment. Not because everything in your life is perfect. Not because all your fears have disappeared. Not because you have all the answers. But because you have decided. You have decided that you are done living small. You have decided that you are done carrying weight that is not yours. You have decided that the next chapter of your life is going to be different from every chapter that came before. And that decision, that single powerful unwavering decision, is all you need to begin. Everything else will follow. The clarity will come. The confidence will come. The opportunities will come. The right people will come. All of it is waiting on the other side of your decision to stop holding back and start stepping forward. The version of you that is emerging does not need your permission to exist. It only needs your willingness to let it. Tip 11. The universe is not punishing you, it is preparing you. I know that some of what you have been going through feels like punishment. I know that when you look at the challenges, the losses, the frustrations, the seemingly endless obstacles that keep appearing in your path, it is hard not to feel like the universe has singled you out for suffering. It is hard not to wonder what you did wrong, what karmic debt you are paying, what lesson you are supposed to be learning from all of this pain. But I want to offer you a completely different way of looking at it. The universe is not punishing you. It never has been. What the universe is doing, what it has been doing all along, is preparing you. Every challenge you have faced has been building something inside you that you are going to need very soon. Every obstacle has been strengthening a muscle that is about to be called into action. Every loss has been clearing space for something that requires room to grow. You cannot see it yet because you are in the middle of the preparation. You are in the fire, and when you are in the fire, all you can feel is the heat. But the fire is not destroying you. It is forging you. It is burning away the parts of you that are not strong enough to carry the weight of what is coming. And it is hardening the parts that are. Think about steel. Before steel becomes steel, it is just raw iron. Weak, brittle, easily broken. But when you put that iron through fire, when you heat it until it glows and then hammer it into shape, it becomes something entirely different. It becomes strong, flexible, resilient. It becomes capable of withstanding pressures that would have shattered it in its original form. That is what is happening to you. The fire you are in right now is not the end of your story. It is the process by which you are being transformed from something ordinary into something extraordinary. And I know that is hard to believe when you are in the middle of it. I know that when you are surrounded by flames, the last thing you want to hear is that this is somehow good for you. But I am not saying it is good. I am saying it is necessary. There is a difference. Necessary things are not always pleasant. They are not always comfortable. They are not always things we would choose for ourselves if we had the option. But they are the things that make us who we are meant to become. Without the fire, there is no steel. Without the pressure, there is no diamond. Without the struggle, there is no strength. And without this season of your life, there is no version of you that is capable of handling the blessings that are headed your way. Because that is the part no one tells you about blessings. Blessings require capacity. They require readiness. They require a foundation strong enough to hold them. If the universe gave you everything you wanted right now, in the state you are currently in, you would not be able to sustain it. Not because you are not worthy of it, but because you have not yet been prepared for it. The preparation is what this season is about. Every tear you have shed, every sleepless night, every moment of doubt and fear and frustration, it has all been building your capacity to receive what is coming. And what is coming, I promise you, is worth every single moment of the fire. You will look back on this time not with resentment but with gratitude. You will understand why it had to happen this way. You will see the wisdom in the pain and the purpose in the struggle. And you will be so glad that you did not give up when everything inside you was screaming to quit. So hold on. The fire is almost over. And what emerges from it is going to take your breath away. Tip 12. You are being called to trust what you cannot yet see. There is something on the other side of this season that you cannot see yet, and that is the hardest part. If you could see it, if you could just catch a glimpse of what is waiting for you, the holding on would be so much easier. The letting go would feel less terrifying. The uncertainty would feel less overwhelming. But you cannot see it. And that is by design. Because the whole point of this transformation is learning to trust without proof. Learning to take steps in the dark. Learning to believe in something you cannot yet touch, taste, or see with your physical eyes. That is not blind faith. That is deep faith. It is the kind of faith that says, I do not know exactly where I am going, but I trust that I am being led. I do not know what is on the other side of this change, but I trust that it is better than what I am leaving behind. I do not know how this is all going to work out, but I trust that it will. And for an Aries, this kind of trust does not come naturally. You are a doer, a planner, a person who likes to see the whole path before you start walking. You want the map, the directions, the estimated time of arrival. You want to know exactly what you are getting into before you commit. But life is not giving you that right now. Life is asking you to walk forward without a map. It is asking you to follow a feeling instead of a plan. It is asking you to let go of your need to control every outcome, and instead surrender to the flow of something bigger than yourself. And I know surrender is a dirty word for someone like you. I know it feels like giving up, but it is not giving up. It is opening up. It is releasing your grip on how you think things should go and allowing space for how they are meant to go. And the difference between those two things is the difference between a life that is merely functional and a life that is truly magical. The things you have been praying for, wishing for, hoping for, working toward, they are not lost. They are not forgotten. They are being arranged in ways you cannot currently comprehend. The timing is not wrong. The path is not broken. The universe has not made a mistake with you. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should. And your job right now is simply to trust that truth even when your eyes and your mind and your circumstances are telling you otherwise. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Trust that the same force that turns seeds into forests and caterpillars into butterflies is at work in your life right now, doing something equally miraculous beneath the surface. You cannot rush it. You cannot force it. You cannot make it happen on your timeline. But you can trust it. And that trust, that quiet, steady, unshakable trust in what you cannot yet see, is the most powerful thing you can offer the universe right now. It is the signal that says, I am ready. I am open. I believe that something better is coming. And I am willing to wait for it, to work for it, to walk toward it even when I cannot see it. There is something I want to leave you with as we come to the end of this message. And I want you to carry it with you not just today but every day going forward. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not running out of time. You are exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you need to be doing, going through exactly what you need to go through to become who you were always meant to be. The releasing you have been doing is not a sign that your life is falling apart. It is a sign that your life is being rebuilt from the ground up, with stronger materials, a better design, and a foundation that can hold the weight of everything that is coming your way. Every heavy thing you have put down has made you lighter. Every old pattern you have released has made room for a new one. Every ending you have grieved has quietly opened the door to a beginning you cannot yet imagine. And I know this journey has been hard. I know there have been moments when you wondered if you were making the right choices, if you were heading in the right direction, if any of this was going to be worth the pain. But I am here to tell you, with every ounce of certainty I have, that it is worth it. All of it. The tears, the sleepless nights, the moments of doubt, the times when you wanted to go back to the way things were. All of it is building something inside you that is unshakable, unmovable, and absolutely unstoppable. The version of you that is emerging from this fire is someone the world needs. Not the watered-down version. Not the version that plays it safe. Not the version that asks for permission before taking up space. The real version. The full version. The version that knows its own worth and refuses to settle for anything less than what it deserves. That version of you is not somewhere in the distant future. It is here, right now, right in this moment, and it is ready to step forward. So as you go about the rest of your day, I want you to remember something. What you are releasing is making space for something better, not something different, something better. Better love, better opportunities, better peace, better alignment with the life you were always meant to live. And all you have to do to receive it is keep letting go, keep trusting, keep moving forward one step at a time. You have already done the hardest part. The hardest part was deciding to change. The hardest part was admitting that the old way was not working. The hardest part was opening yourself up to the possibility that there is more out there for you than what you have been settling for. That decision has already been made. Now all that is left is the walking. And you, my friend, have never been afraid to walk. You have never been afraid to move. You have never been afraid to take the first step into the unknown. So take it. Take it now. Take it with confidence. Take it with fire. Take it knowing that everything you need is already inside you, and everything you are walking toward is already on its way to meet you. You have two options after this video. Close it and hope things shift, or decide that the next 21 days will be different. If you choose the second, the structured 21-day transformation aligned with your sign is waiting in the pinned comment. The energy is already moving, the only question is whether you are.